G'day, it's Shane from Grape TV, and thank you for joining me in my home bar. But more importantly, thank you for helping me spread McLaren Vale wine to the world. Now, today I've got a wine that maybe not from McLaren Vale, but it's certainly sold in McLaren Vale, and it's a wine from Angoves. Angoves have opened up their cellar door just recently, and we've got a grand Tawny, average age of 10 years old. Now this potentially is Riverland fruit, as I said, but why have I brought this one along? Because it's made from Grenache, almost 100% Grenache, and Grenache is not only one of my favourites, but also it's a favourite of McLaren Vale. So let's do some wanky things with the Grenache. Now the colour there, they don't call it tawny for nothing. There's a real light character there coming through, but it's definitely brownish tinges. Oh, that aroma is just intense coming off of that already. So nothing else but to do the wanky thing now. Oh, this is intoxicating, just smelling it. Now, I do get a bit of a tingle on the nose. You expect that from a fortified wine with the amount of alcohol there. So this is going to be over 18% alcohol. I'm not sure what the percentage alcohol is. There we go, it's 19% alcohol. There we go. Now, on the nose I'm getting a little bit of toffee, caramel coming through, definitely some nuttiness coming through. So that nuttiness, caramel thing is what I really equate to that rancio character one expects from a good Tawny fortified. Now, I know you can't smell sweetness, but I'm getting a sensation that tells me that I'm expecting this wine to be sweet. Okay, and I suppose it's that caramel coming through, bit of toffee-like coming through as well. There's maybe a hint of smokiness on there, which again I suppose would come from the barrels that this has been sitting in for all those years. The toastiness of the barrels. And that certainly goes into that nuttiness that I mentioned before. Now my mouth is just salivating after smelling this wine for so long. It's saying, put that wine in my mouth. So, why not? So, is this wine sweet? Well, yes, it's sweet, but sweetness is not the overarching character of this wine. Is there plenty of alcohol in there? Yes, there's plenty of alcohol. We've already said there was a tingle on the nose, and I'm certainly getting a bit of heat in the mouth, heat on the palate, heat on the back palate, down in the throat, all heat you'd expect from having a 19% alcohol wine. So it's all what you would expect right the way through there. That caramel, sort of burnt toffee character coming through, little hint of nuttiness just on the back of the palate. What I find also intriguing with this wine, and there's a bit of depth of character through the mid palate. Some fortifieds, in my experience, you get an oomph up front, and you get that oomph as it's going down the throat. But sometimes it can lack something in the middle, and here that's certainly not the case. There is a flavour profile right the way through, and like I said, there's interesting flavour profile for me because it's a little bit of how do I describe it? That like tea. Yeah, I think that's the best way to describe it. Tea, quite quite a mellow tea, but there's definitely a sort of tea leaf type character coming through there. You know, like the old Darjeeling or something like that. Definitely getting that in the mid palate. I just have to try this again. The other thing I find fascinating with this wine, it's not as thick and luscious as, say, the Rutherglen or Cure muskets that you sometimes see, and they're quite famous. But what I'm getting here is that your mouth is just not being coated by this thick, luscious material. The mouth is getting a real hit. There's the sugar hit, there's the toffee hit, caramel hit. All those other characters are coming through around the mouth, but there's a real acid attack. Sorry, attack's not the right word, but the acid there strips all these things off the palate. Not right the way off, and that you can't taste it again, because I'm still tasting all those things in my mouth. But what's happening is my mouth doesn't feel like it's coated with sugar. All right, there's enough sugar here that you could expect that type of character to happen, but that's certainly not the case. Right, the mouth, this acid is stripped all these things off now. Now, what does that mean? It doesn't mean that there's no character there, as I said. Getting plenty of character there. What it does, though, is it's ready for more. And what I'm finding here is I'm salivating even more than what I was when I had when I was just smelling the wine. Right, I'm salivating. My mouth is ready for the next lot. And it's one of the things you find, that I find with say the liqueur muskets from Rutherglen. Love them dearly, but I find I can't drink lots of them in one go. Maybe that's not a bad thing, by the way, but it really sometimes just coats the mouth. Not all the time, but sometimes coats the mouth. Whereas this is saying, feed me more, Seymour. Definitely. So look, the Angove family winemakers, Grand Tawny, aged 10 years old. Available at their cellar door here in McLaren Vale, and it's well worth checking out with some of that beautiful Grenache fruit. Look, that's all we have time for Loan of Grape TV today. Hope you've enjoyed that even closely to what I've gone through in terms of enjoyment in trying this. Wonderful, wonderful wine, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.